Hi everyone, I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 25th of April 2024. I'm in a happy, perky mood. I just feel like I want to go out and party, just have a good time. Yeah, I'm feeling very nice and happy and stuff like that. I see a lot of persons that was in my comment section, and a lot of them didn't really like the things that I said about me speaking on myself, answering the questions. In particular, the one about me, you prefer having two husbands and stuff like that. They weren't really taking onto it and stuff. But at the end of the day, people need to understand that these are my decisions. These are my personal preference. Not only that, I didn't say I wanted two men. I didn't say I wanted two boyfriends. I didn't say I wanted two lovers. I said two husbands would be good, because one person simply cannot satisfy you or satisfy me as a woman, because I'm a type of female that I love heavy attention, and I like a guy that's very caring. And that's very hard to find in this day and age. You will meet someone and they care about you, they give you attention when you just meet them or upon meeting them. But when the romantic phase is all over, then the real them begins to unravel. They're always busy, they're always doing this, they're always doing that and stuff. And so in that time period, it could be meeting someone else, or having another partner who you can spend time with, instead of complaining why you don't spend time with me or why you don't do this, which I no longer do. I used to do when, back in the past, but I no longer do this because I understand the game, that everything or most things are upon meeting a person. People pretend to be who they're not. Then after that, they start making excuses. So what I start doing is that I give them a time frame. And when I see that the new them starts showing up, I just move on. You understand? I just move on. So whenever they happen to call, or whenever they happen to meet up or something like that, or happen to want to meet up, I will, I have something doing, because I'm going to give you, if you give me 2 weeks, I'm giving you 2 weeks too. So when you are ready, you're going to get the 2 weeks. I'm not available for 2 weeks. That's just how it is. You're playing a game. I'm playing the game that you're playing. So if you're busy now today 24 hours, then I'm busy 24 hours also. That's just how it works. You understand? If you're honest and truthful individual, it's going to show. It's going to show. If you're busy from day one, it's going to show. You understand? It's not going to be something that comes under the line of deception. But let's say it's a situation of marriage, then it's totally different, because there would have been an understanding heading into that type of matrimony. And so I would say having another partner then, because I would know my husband is busy. I would know my husband doesn't have time. He would know that I want time. Because not because you make an excuse that you're busy, or you're putting yourself in a position where you're unavailable and you can't be there for the individual. It doesn't mean that the person desire to want attention or want company is going to lessen because you have an excuse. It doesn't work like that. It's just like you liking ice cream and it's not available, it's not around you. It doesn't mean that your desire for ice cream is going to diminish simply because it's not there or available for you. So it's the same thing. So I'm just looking into it, and I'm like, in case in a society like this, I think for a woman, and I've heard other women speak about it. I've heard women who even are Rasta women came out and they spoke about this, that for a woman to be comfortable with any man, it would have to be like even 3 men. I've heard women speak on it, because one man simply not available to do all the things. And sometimes a lot of them are very problematic. And in order for you to have that relaxation mode, most times it would take the company of someone else, because they'll be there to fill that void. They'll be there to fill that gap. They will be there to make you feel comfortable around them, while that other person is just creating an upheave or doing their own thing or going about their selfish ways and stuff. So there will be someone else. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not agreeing with the 3, but that's her personal desire, and she must know why she came up with that number. You understand? I can't add or take away from it. That's her personal decision and desire. But I'm just speaking on my situation, and it wasn't about just a random boyfriend. And even if it was, who cares? What are you going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. It's not your desire. You understand? But I guess it speaks to my character based on what you guys say. I guess it speaks to my character again. What's going to happen? It's not like I'm disrespecting anyone or putting down anyone or belittling people. I'm just speaking on a personal desire that 2 husbands would be better situation for me. You understand? Based on that, I see other persons also were speaking on the situation of the jacket and how I tried to rationalize it and stuff, and they didn't like it and stuff. I'm like, what do you get? What do you want? If you're an unfaithful individual and you make it a commercial thing, you commercialize it, you make it a culture, you make it a national pastime over the years, over the decades, post-slavery. Since then, what do you expect in 2024? What exactly do you expect? What do you expect? You are coming at me, go and check out your father. You're old enough. A lot of you are in your 50s, a lot of you are in your 40s. I checked my demographic. A lot of you guys are in your 30s, from the 20s up. Go and check your father. Go and do a DNA test on your father, paternity test. You understand? A woman can deny the child, you know. It didn't say maternity test, it says paternity test. You understand? So with that being said, I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, if you're unfaithful and if you're in a culture or society that promotes these type of things in a disrespectful manner, and also lack of commitment, poor commitment values and stuff like that, what do you expect? You're not going to expect to get a woman that's going to be loyal to you. It's simply not logics. It's not. Because a woman who is loyal eventually is going to leave. A woman who is loyal and want to maintain her self-respect and her dignity and her pride and say, this is the man that I want to be the father of my children and be wholesome, respectful, caring to me. She's simply not going to stick around because she's with someone who have absolutely nothing, no virtue to offer her. You understand? And it's not just about money. Money doesn't pay for anything. You understand? Money doesn't pay for everything. And that's it, or it doesn't replace everything. And that's a thing that a lot of persons do not seem to understand, that a woman needs more, or people need more than just money in order to go by their daily life. And with that being said, if you're in a society wherein you promote disloyalty, you promote disunity, you promote a lot of things, debauchery in the society and stuff like that, what exactly is it that you expect is going to become of a situation wherein it's family, a woman is not going to be loyal to you and you can't force her to be? You simply can't. You want a society wherein you do as you please. You label women who do what you do. You this, you that, you do. You just do all this crazy stuff. And then at the end of the day, you want her to be loyal. You want her to have all these virtue and stuff. It's simply not logical. It's not logical. And I wouldn't recommend any man to think that kind of way in 2024. It's kind of like a crazy guy who actually does. You understand? So that's the most I can give you. That's the most I can give you. You're going to get the harsh reality. And that is the harsh reality. A child that's perhaps not yours. That's the harsh reality. Meaning that the woman was unfaithful to you. The same way you were unfaithful. The difference is that she most likely was not disrespectful or throwing it in your face. The same way you're throwing it in her face. Or you breed multiple women and then you bring it in and forcing the wife to accept it. Speaking of multiple women and stuff, I did a video back then and I was speaking on wives. Right? And I spoke on wives and I was saying that, how is it that a lot of wives are staying off social media and stuff like that? And I gave a lengthy video on it and I spoke about these things, and that back then wives used to rub things in unmarried women's face and saying that I'm married, I got a ring, what did you got? You didn't get anything. And a lot of things, just happen to fall back in their face now, wherein the side chick era have been promoted heavily in society all across the globe. And so you find these women who are side chick brave enough to come and say that, listen, be careful of what you're saying because I'm getting the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. He's treating me the same way. He's doing the same thing that he did to you. He's doing it to me and so much more. I'm giving this and that in the bedroom and he's taking care of me. So a lot of side chick have been staying off social media and staying quiet, right? A lot of persons came at me and stuff. They didn't like what I said, but guess what? It's a harsh reality. You understand? People are saying that unmarried people should not speak on marriage. Well, listen, like I said, Usain Bolt coach was a morbidly obese guy, but he was able to produce the fastest man in the world. So evidence is there to prove that a person, even if they're unmarried, they can be great counselors. They can be great persons to speak on any situation. And if it's so much that you are happily married, all you need to do is come out and say that I'm happily married and that's it. You understand? But clearly, I'm hitting points and it hurts. It's like a needle that sticks. It creates somewhat of an unease for you. And because of that, you really didn't like what I'm saying. So you're getting defensive, and your defensive argument is that I shouldn't speak on it. What is it that I was speaking on? I'm saying things that are happening in the wider world. Now, there were women out there who came out and say that they're married and they're on social media and stuff. Women who aren't have something hiding, which can be true. That's an angle. I'll give you that. But for the most part, yeah, they have something hiding. They don't want the other person, the other side chick or the promiscuous life of their husband to be shown on social media and stuff like that. But when saying that, lo and behold, last night it was the official. For you guys who don't know, the official, she's on TikTok, and there's a video on her and Blue Royal that were arguing already and stuff like that. Someone came out while she was at her child's birthday party saying that they're pregnant for her husband, and she's trying to get in touch with him, not getting in touch with him. She's trying to get in touch with Dee, who is the wife, and she blocked her and stuff like that. And she came out on Bling Alive, and they were just creating one big melee there, and that he know what he did and this, and that she want to speak to him, and the guy came over there, the husband came over there, the wife came over there, and they're like, okay, we're talking, you have our attention now. Where is the female? She's in hiding, she's not coming out, she's not this and not that, and stuff like that. And until Blinger, who is a host of her show, you understand me, or TikTok, and she was like, listen, you wanted the guy's attention, and here you have, you said you wanted the wife, you got the husband and you got the wife, they're both here. Why are you not coming out and speaking out? Why are you not saying all that you were saying, that you are actually pregnant for this guy? And persons were saying that, where's the proof that you're actually pregnant? And she showed some picture that is, blurry. It's not showing his face, her face, and stuff like that. And people are like, this doesn't make any sense. But I guess Blinger wasn't listening. She wanted to believe so much that the girl was in fact pregnant for this guy. And let's say all things are equal, and she is in fact pregnant for the guy who is Dee's husband. Lady, when you were having sex with her husband, you didn't call the wife. You didn't try to get in touch with the wife. You knew who she is because she is very popular on social media. You didn't call her. You didn't try to get in touch with her. You didn't say this to her, say that to her, or anything like that. For the most part, even if you did at that time, it would have most likely be disrespectful. So why is it that you're pregnant for him and he's not giving you any attention and you're trying to get in touch with her? And this is where I pick up for the wife and I support the wives, because at the end of the day, you have no reason to get in contact with that man's wife at no point in time. If you decide to lay with a guy who is married, knowing that he's married, it's open out there. It's not only his fault, it's also your fault because you chose to lie with a man who is married. No, you are facing the ramification of it, wherein he doesn't care because you're gambling, you're gambling. You decided that you want to become a single mother, right? Because that guy's not going to leave his wife for you. And his wife would have to leave him in most cases. And if the wife leave him, he's not going to be with you. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And so you have made a decision that you're going to become a single mother. Now, at the end of the day, you are gambling with your happiness. You're gambling with the child's life. Why would I bring a child in the world and put my child through that predicament? But let's say all things are equal. You're young, stupid, and you wish to take that route. At the end of the day, you got the husband attention, you got the wife attention that you wanted, and then she refused to come online. Then when she finally did, after being after being called out so many times, she came out and she was like, you know what you did, and this and that, and all these things, and people are coming at her and people are attacking her. And we're like, yeah, you're going to be attacked because you knew these people were married. And if this guy is on the street and he's lusting after you, every single one of you know who he is. He's not hiding the fact that he's married. So if he has a problem, why are you facilitating his problem? You're like a drug dealer. You're facilitating a crackhead, and then you're blaming the crackhead entirely. He chose to take the crack. No, you chose to sell him it. So if you chose to sell him the drugs, you are just a part to be blamed as the person who is taking it. You are just a part of the problem, or if not more so the problem than the person who decide to take the drugs. So it's a similar. You lie with this guy knowing that he's married, knowing that he's popular. You're coming on social media for one reason only. There's clout behind it. Because if he wasn't known, you would not come to social media. You would ride the waves until the child is born. You get a DNA test, which is around $35,000 to $40,000. So you are asking for food because you don't have it while pregnant. Where are you going to find $35,000 to $40,000 from in order to get a DNA test done? Because the guy can decide that he's not going to pay for it, and you simply can't force him to. So that's where it's at. you would have to go through the court system and the court orders it. And I think when you go through the court system and the court orders it, if it's in fact his child, he has to pay back the court. And I think if he's not the child, you have to pay back the court. I think it works like that. So you have to be careful. You see the quagmire that you're putting yourself in. So when I spoke, people believe that I'm actually picking up for a side chick. But if you listen at all time, you always hear me say, do I agree with this? Do I support this? Absolutely not. You know, they're offhand, I'm sorry, from me saying that I simply do not agree with such behavior. No, if you want to interpret that I agree with it, that's on you, because I cannot help your stupidity. I cannot help your low IQ. I cannot help the 2 cents that you were born with. I can't help that. If that's what you chose to believe, that's what you chose to believe. I'm not going to put myself in a position, or you are not going to put me in a position wherein I have to defend myself. I'm actually defending you. Hello, I'm unmarried also. So, and at the end of the day, I'm defending you. So if you want to interpret that as me supporting that person, then it's totally up to you. There's nothing I can do about it. If you're a loser with low self-esteem, having someone sleeping with your husband is not going to help you, or him being faithful is not going to make you feel any better. You just naturally have low self-esteem, and you probably need therapy also. You understand? As a matter of fact, we all do. We all do at some point in time. So those were the things that people didn't like what I said. Also, I think I mentioned that ugly people should not be in leadership position, that many people didn't like and stuff like that. But if you listen further on, you heard how I explained ugly people. I was speaking people who are unattractive in personality and stuff like that. Many are unattractive physically, and I stand by what I stand. When they're unattractive physically too, they make life difficult for others. And like I said, it's not just the attractive person that they make life difficult for, or the attractive worker or staff. They make life difficult for just about anyone across the board, because they're so goddamn miserable. They make life difficult in the working environment. They come in with rules and regulations that are unnecessary. A lot of them are extreme, and they just want to stick to the T because it makes them feel good. They want to exercise power just for the heck of it. And you find it in every organization. You find it in government organization, also in the police force, in the military. I guess you find it everywhere. You find it everywhere. In every sector, you find people who are like that. It's not just the call center, and based on my bad experience that I had. So many persons have had that experience. People work with the insurance, also with the banking system. Also, people find that you find people in position of power who are unattractive, and they make life difficult, extremely difficult for people who are attractive. So if you're an unattractive individual and you're in a leadership position at your place, probably that's where you're in your feelings, because you're goddamn disgusting and nobody really wants to have you to deal with. And so that's it. You understand? Probably you need to look within yourself and just develop some self-esteem. Again, the self-esteem come into play, and find out how you can accept yourself, even if no one accepts you. If no one accepts you, the most important thing for you to do is to accept yourself. You see, when you accept yourself, there's something about self-acceptance. You see, when you accept yourself, it shows. You notice? It shows. When you accept yourself, you love you in all your form. You love you, you enjoy you, you understand. It doesn't care how many people have come at me. How many persons have come at me since I've had my channel? So many persons have come at me. So many persons spoke about what I wear, how I should do this, how I should do that, how I should comb my hair, how I should do this, apply makeup, all this. Do you see that I care? Does it look like I care? Absolutely not. Do you see anything changing? Well, maybe the color of my hair, maybe my hairstyle, that's what changing. But otherwise from that, I'm the same. I'm wearing the same tube tops, the same black tube tops, the same peach tube tops. I'm wearing the same shorts. I'm wearing the same things. I'm doing the same thing. Nothing changes except my hairstyle, because I'm comfortable in myself. And if it creates an unease for you, it means that I'm just attracting a bunch of low self-esteem people. And I don't know why. That's why I call them drifters, because the good thing about it is that they do not stay long. You understand? And that's the beauty of it. So it doesn't matter to me. And that's the beauty of life, when it doesn't matter. The beauty of self-acceptance. It doesn't what? Matters. It doesn't matter. And it shouldn't. Okay? And that's the beauty of it. I'm wondering if I should incorporate this school challenge quiz with this video. No, I'm going to put it in another video. And I think that's where I leave it. Self-acceptance and self-love is one of the best thing ever. How many times I've been rejected? Many times, believe it or not. How many times I've been accepted? Many times. How many times have I loved myself? All day, every day. There, even when I'm going through my depression and I still find time to accept myself. I still find time for self-care, for self-love, because I'm not going to hate myself, or I'm not going to beat down myself or take out my frustrations on other people on social media, or hate other persons, dislike other women on social media simply because they have what I don't have. It doesn't work like that. That's more time for me to spend on myself and focus on my goals and try to attract people who can assist me in reaching there. And that's what I love about myself, and that's what I encourage about other persons also, and that's the beauty of life. So that's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. May God bless you. Bye bye.